Tonight, we're on the patio, but we're also in your dream. Hang on, that's just weird. We're gonna redo that. Anyway, we're setting the mood tonight for your perfect date night offering that doesn't take a ton of work and it won't leave you feeling all full and bloated for whatever comes after. I'm Eric, this is Grill Slingers Date Night Edition. Okay, your significant other asks you to cook for your date night, your anniversary, your dog birthday, something along those lines, and you're probably telling yourself, I know how to grill up a steak, that sounds simple. Yeah, it kinda is. But today I'm gonna show you how to take your steak from basic to bistro with just a few extra steps. Today we're gonna do a bacon wrapped tenderloin, or Filet Mignon, that's smoked for a bit, then hard seared in a cast iron skillet with some compound butter. It's super easy, super flavorful, and you'll be the bistro bae that your SO has always hoped you've been. Now, filet mignon is a steak that gets cut from the tenderloin area on the cow right here. It's an extremely tender cut, but doesn't have a ton of intermuscular fat. So by wrapping in bacon and adding that compound butter, we're getting flavor back into our steak and skipping the tougher sections that come with more flavorful steak. So let's jump right into this. I've got my pellet grill here. Blech. So let's just what the am I doing? So let's jump right into this. I've got my pellet grill here set up for low smoke, and we're just gonna get some flavor on these steaks because what we're doing is actually kind of a reverse sear. Our first step though, we're gonna get some bacon wrapped around our tenderloins. So we're gonna go ahead and just get these out. We're gonna use a toothpick to keep our bacon in place. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and season the steaks. You can use salt or pepper. You can use a steak rub of your choice. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that right now. Now, I would recommend like a thick cut bacon or like maybe like a deli bacon because typically you can get a little bit more flavor on your steaks. For the sake of this video, we're just kind of using the basic bacon because that's what we had around. So we're gonna go ahead and get these arranged. And you're just gonna wrap just around the edge. Kind of try to meet the bacon here around the side. And like I said, we're gonna use a toothpick to just kind of hold those in place. Now we're gonna go ahead and get some seasoning on these. Just gonna use just a simple SPG rub here. Go ahead and kind of get that there. Once you've got the seasoning on there, we're gonna let the steaks rest at room temperature for about 15 to 30 minutes. And then once those rested, we'll get them on the smoker. So now that we've let these rest, we're gonna go put this on the coldest part of the smoker and we're gonna let them run until the steaks hit an internal temperature of about 120. We're aiming for a medium rare to medium finish. If you're looking for well done, just turn this video off. Also, if you're looking for a side dish or a cocktail that pairs well with this cook, we've actually got 2 videos with quite a few options linked below. So we're gonna go ahead and put our pros in these steaks and get it on the smoker. So while our steaks are smoking, we're gonna go ahead and get our compound butter ready. This is a super simple process that will elevate your steak's flavor and also keeps well in your freezer for pretty much any time you need it. We're gonna take some softened butter and we're gonna add in some classic herbs like rosemary, thyme, parsley, and then also some garlic and shallot. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna strip the rosemary and the thyme from the stem, and then we're gonna finely dice the parsley, the garlic, and the shallot. We're gonna mix it in a bowl with the softened butter, and it's super simple. It's not really hard to do. After that, you can easily slice off rounds once you put it in the freezer for a little bit to have it firm up, and that's it. Super simple. So I'm just going ahead and get to it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get out some parchment paper now that we got everything mixed. Now what I'll tell you, super important that you do this with fresh herbs. Pretty much all those you can get at your store fresh. I pulled mine out of my garden because I grow a couple herbs on my wall. But again, these are not hard to find. You'll pretty much find them in every major supermarket. So go ahead and get this butter onto the parchment paper. And then what we're gonna do, kind of fold up one edge kind of roll into itself. Just like that. Push one edge. Kind of squeeze everything down. Twist the other. Cut off your edges. And voila, you got your compound butter. You can throw this in the freezer for about 30 minutes just for it to firm up, but it should keep for about 2 weeks once you've done that. But I mean, this stuff's great on pretty much everything. Our steaks are just about to hit temp, so I'm gonna go drop this in the freezer. I'm gonna grab the one that I made earlier today, and we'll finish off our steak cook. Okay, so our steaks are now at about 120 internal. So we've got them off the smoker, we're letting them hang out for a minute, and we're gonna get our cast iron skillet warmed up. We're gonna get our butter ready, and we're gonna cut off a medallion for each steak and have it on standby. And once this thing's ripping hot, we're gonna go for a hard sear on one side, and then we're gonna put the butter on top so it melts. And then after about a minute, we're gonna flip the steak and we're gonna baste it constantly to finish the seared side. Once your steak is done, pull it off, let it rest for a few minutes before serving. You can also add, if you want additional salt and pepper to taste, that's the time to do it. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. All right, let's recap here. We wrapped some filet mignon in bacon, seasoned them, and let them smoke in our pellet grill to a temperature of about 120. Then we finished with a hard sear and a butter base until we got our medium rare finish. And they've been sitting here. I'm gonna have to get a bite in here, so let me check this out. I'm gonna take this guy right here. Oh, yeah. Bite with that bacon. Too big of a bite. Now that I'm done chewing, because I took too large of a bite.
No such thing.
I am not a filet man by the book. I'm a ribeye guy through and through. But this is one of the best steaks I've ever tasted. You get that nice kiss of smoke. The compound butter just adds so much flavor and crunch. You get that beautiful crust on the sear, but the steak just falls apart. It's unbelievably tender, and that little crisp of bacon on the outside just adds that extra fat that you need. Again, this is by and far one of the easiest ways to impress your boo, or even just splurge on yourself. Hell, make it whenever. It's a great cut, and hey, credit goes to Jeff here. This is his recipe. Well done. Well done. As always, remember to like, subscribe, smash that little bell so you know when we're out here next time. We'll see you.